Yeah.
But yeah, so then there's the Jon Moxley interview with Jericho where he pretty much just rags on Vince, how Vince never listened, how he was always in the office complaining, telling like, yo, I don't like this hokey shit.
Yeah.
They continued, so he was just like, fuck it, I'm done.
Now I'm gonna have to watch the interview for
Yeah.
sure, but I would like to know a lot of details because me personally, I always liked the Ambrose character.
Yeah.
For the most part, I liked where his stories went.
He just didn't like the hokey to do hokey shit, you know, like he was always just like goofy, the goofy guy. It was like never a change. Like the way they're explaining it was like
I don't
this guy
think
had to
so
be the
though.
funny guy, and this guy had to be. He felt like he had to be the goofy guy.
I think his last real push when he left the Shield, I thought that was really, I thought that was like as dark as they had him go.
You mean with the gas mask and all that stuff?
Yeah,
He didn't like all that. He didn't like because it was like extra gas mask. He's like, just let me be a badass. That's all he wants to be, you know.
I like me
Like
personally as a fan.
when they did the needle in the ass thing, he actually had to get that changed because they're gonna say he was gonna carry around a pooper scooper, and he was gonna say, he's like, I'm not saying pooper scooper, like, I'm not saying, you know. So just stuff like that, like little like goofy stuff that
Other
Vince
than
would
I
throw.
forgot about the needle, but
Yeah,
other than that, I always liked where his character went personally. But hey, if you're a performer and you don't like where you're going,
yeah.
i.e., Cody Rhodes.
And they both truly did it the right way. They waived their contract out. They
Right.
just said, I'm not re-signing, and they left. Well, Cody actually asked for his release, and they gave it to him.
Now here's the fucked up thing.
Worst thing they did.
Here's the fucked up thing about it. Owen Hart was doing the same thing.
Yep,
Owen never had the chance to
it's true.
complete his contract and get out.
You get out. Yeah, he could have got out if he chose to just walk out.
Yeah.
He'd still. Let's say he was
Imagine
even
where
banned
he
from
could have gone.
wrestling
Imagine if he went to like New Japan or
to
something
Japan or something. Yeah,
and just stayed there, built up his cachet, went to, you know,
could have been a whole different. Like, wow. Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, so the reason I highlight the wrestlers versus actors because his biggest thing was that he felt stifled creatively. He hated that someone who doesn't know him is writing for him, doing all this. But in my head, I'm like, if you're on a TV show,
yeah,
you're pretty much an actor. You're not a wrestler, so
yeah,
it's not about creativity. You really have to do what's given to you.
yeah. And I remember because I watch a lot of Jim Cornette shoots, and one of the things he rags on is WWE having writers.
Yeah,
You know, but again, publicly traded company.
a syndicated TV fucking show.
Yeah,
It's like they have to have
it's
story. Like
it's a soap opera.
yeah,
It's a soap opera with punches. You know what I'm saying?
and you
Like
got to find your middle in there.
now,
Like, they give you a character, and you're supposed to do the best with it.
now the what I do believe though is those writers should not have more say than the people who are acting it out.
Yeah,
I believe that there should be creative control on the side of the performers because they're the ones that have to act it out. They're the ones that like find that middle ground. There's no reason
but
why there
that's the
shouldn't
thing.
be
Like
a middle
say
ground
like
between.
Game of Thrones,
It's not the same.
they're all hired actors,
I don't think that's the same thing.
but are
That's
they
fully scripted.
right?
At the same
But
like
the way Ambrose explained it, everything is scripted. He's like, you have writers
No, I
to
get
say what
that.
you say. You have producers to say what moves to do. So all you really got to do is show up.
I get that. But here's the thing. Let's say and I wanted to get in I know we only have a minute in there. Let's say one of the performers goes into business for himself and gets a great reaction, a reaction better than what was scripted the week before. That's in line with what would happen then.
Okay.
Vince isn't opposed to being like that worked. I don't think. I don't think Vince would be like, oh, that worked. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, he
He's
was.
opposed to that now. You can't do that now.
Well, okay,
But if
Jericho.
you step out of it, well, Jericho's a different case.
Jericho-
You have to talk about the new ones.
But Jericho, this is what Jericho said. I was watching, it was a YouTube clip. I can't remember who it was. But Jericho was like, me and such had a match, and we were like, okay, they're writing the match in the match,
Right.
and they said, "Hey, we got to take it here, not over here." And they did it. And then when he got backstage, Vince railed on him, and he was like, "Look, if you got to find me, find me."
This was when?
A couple years ago.
It was this era? But
Yeah,
it's
yeah, it was a
Jericho
couple years
too,
ago.
but it's different. Like,
And but this was what Jericho was saying. He was like, a lot of guys fear Vince, but Vince is looking for the rebel. He's looking for somebody to step to him. Like, some people are that contentious. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it depends who.
Like-
Because what's his name tried to rebel on him? Cass. And if it worked against him.
okay, but look at Jericho. Jericho is not a WWE product. He comes from WCW. He was built as a star in WC, somewhat of a star.
Somewhat, yeah.
In WCW. Stampede Wrestling he was in, correct?
Yeah, earlier. Yeah.
He's not Vince's creation.
No, it's not Vince.
So for somebody who's not Vince's creation to be the first undisputed champion, to, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's built accomplishments in WWE to where he can say, "Hey, Vince, yeah, you
But at the
said
same
this."
time, he grew up in an era where doing that was a part of their job. Like, back in Attitude Era, just to say an era, it's like, if they don't speak,
They don't get.
they don't get.
Yeah.
And that's what I heard. I think it was Steve Austin. He was saying the thing Vince knows. He's like, I know they're afraid of me. And he's like, that's where the whole brass ring conversation came. He's like,
Yeah.
I wish somebody would jump up and grab the brass ring. But
Yeah.
he's like, truly, they don't have that same feeling like you guys used to. Like, hey, I need this.
Yeah.
No, they rather sit back and wait and see. And then all of a sudden, if they don't like what we give them, they get mad and complain about it. Instead of saying, yo, do. So it's like, at a point, no one has brought it. Like, actually, Enzo was somebody that Vince was like, say what you want.
Yeah.
Say what you
Well,
want.
he knew off rip Enzo was a way better talker than he was an in-ring performer.
But at the same time, every time you see Enzo get ragdolled, I can't remember who was saying it. They're like, Vince does it on purpose. Vince likes to see that. And think about it. Enzo did it, and he got right back up. Like, boom, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Boom, I'll do it tomorrow. So
Yeah,
Vince
because
was like,
he wasn't
What are
a
you gonna
wrestling guy. He wasn't a guy that grew up.
Yeah. But Vince was like, you know what? Cool. If you're down like that, here, you have 5 minutes to say something. Go ahead. And he takes care of it. Boom. Vince will trust you, but you got to come to him and explain to him why. If you're never in his office, he never sees your face. He's just like, okay, you're just happy to be over there.
Yeah.
But then there's people who bring stuff to him and it's just like, I don't know. Is it worth it? Like, I saw Lana. She actually got mad. Because she's like, another week, another one of my stories that I pitched is given to someone else. I was like, maybe that's your calling, shorty. Maybe you need to stop.
Writer.
Exactly. Maybe you should stop being in the ring.
But we need Lana on the camera though.
Hey, man. Maybe she can do both. But she's hardly on the camera now. She might as well start writing in the background.
Yeah.
No, that's what it is. But yeah.
That was wrestling.
So that was wrestling.